sister there. You and your sister went to the office. Don't leave your sister there. It is dangerous. Or your grown-up daughter, don't leave her there. Several years God warned, he did not. And he was so gifted. One thing about God is this: even if that man is still in sin, God will still be honoring his call upon the person's life. That is why a man may still be walking in gift, but his soul has lost. He may still be walking in the gift, prophesying, healing, deliverance, but he has lost, because God will still be honoring that call upon his life, but his soul has lost. Now, he used to cast out devils. There was a day a family now brought their daughters demon possessed. As they brought in that lady, the pastor started speaking in tongues. He thought it would be as usual game. I cast you out, demons, loose her, let her go. The lady was just standing, looking at him. The pastor now moved close to him. He wanted to lay hand on him. The demon said he would try it. You that just slept with one of us yesterday evening. The lady pounced on this pastor, beat a hell out of him. Thank God for the family member that were there. They were the one that rescued the pastor from the strange beating. Because of shame, this man left the church straight to the wilderness, because he had been publicly humbled, disgracefully humbled, and now began to cry to God, Lord, it is either you kill me here, or you kill this demon of sexual sin in my life. He was not asking God for anointing or for grace. The Lord, at this junction, either you kill me here, or you kill this demon in my life. For days he was in that wilderness praying, without food, without water. And on the seventh day, God showed him mercy. He gave him deliverance. That demon of sexual sin was destroyed in his life. He left the wilderness straight to the church, and he said, please go and call me those family, those men and women that brought in their daughters. They went ahead and brought their daughter. As the daughter possessed was coming, she began to cry. Because why? The pastor has received fire. On the spot, the lady was delivered from the demon possession. Beloved, demons know all those dirty things that you are doing. How you are going to the site of pornography, they are watching, they see. All those things that you are doing in the secret, they know. They know. So you can't ever walk in impurity, sin, and expect them to bow down to you. It is not possible. If you must see demons yielding to your commands, then first of all yield to God's command. As simple as ABC. So that is what he said there. Purity of the body. And that is what Satan is using against most children of God this day. Sexual sins. In the past, it is something that you can't even say in the public. Today, it is cheap. It It is flying in the air everywhere. It is now a normal practice. It is now a normal practice. It is now a normal practice. Beloved, you want your prayer lifestyle to be terrorizing demonic powers. Abstain from sexual sins. There is no any other way. You can't be indulging in that sin and expect your prayer life to be a danger to demonic powers. They will never regard you. Even if you are a bishop general, they will just be laughing when you are praying. Some people will be praying, demons will be slapping them, asking them to keep quiet. That is how it is. See what God said here. He said, but he that committed fornication sinned against his own body. Against his own body. If it has become a weakness, then you cry to God, Lord, I know that this thing is against your will for my life. This is my weakness. This thing called sex. You have to bail me out. You have to set me on fire, that these demons might be destroyed in my life. That is the first thing. Purity of the body. That's the first category. Number two, purity. Purity of hand. Purity of hand. When you say purity of hand, that is, your hand must be free of human blood. So some people will say, but I've never used a gun before. I've never used a knife to shed blood before. You are not a murderer. Because you are not using knife, or because you have not used knife or gun before. When a man is walking in hatred and gossip, that person's hand is full of blood. When all you know to do is to backbite, is to gossip on people, to go behind them and to spoil them, your hand is soaked with blood. Let's see the book of 1 John. 1 John 3 verse 15. 1 John 3 chapter and verse 15. 1 John 3 and verse 15. 1 John is very close to the book of Revelation. Chapter 3 and verse 15. So whosoever hated his brother is a murderer. And ye know that no murderer hath eternal life abiding in him. Whosoever hated his brother is a murderer. Is a murderer. Is a murderer. Is a murderer. When you hate your fellow brother, especially in the church, when you are gossiping, all your assignment is to make sure that the man turns his back on her. You now went to the man. You now open up our past. Even if the man must know our past, must you be you that will tell him? And your intention is to snatch that man away from your own friend. My name is Jessica. Her name is Jennifer. Jennifer is so fortunate. We are friends. She had 3 abortions. Now she now want to marry this handsome guy who happens to be a pastor. Never. I would rather be the one that will marry this pastor, not Jennifer. You, Jessica, you now went behind your friend because you wanted to have this man by all means. Eventually, you destroyed that relationship. The wedding was about 3 months. You destroyed it. Must you be you that will go and say, oh, sort? Let the two of them sort out themselves. Your intention was to make your friend cry. Your blood, your hand is soaked with blood. When a man is into gossip, his hand is soaked with blood. Of recent, just Thursday, few days ago, this lady just came with bitterness. You have been praying to God that God should give her a job, and God answered that prayer miraculously. High-paying job. She came to the office with a check within 2 weeks. I won't tell you how much. Praise. Even me, I was shocked. Even me, within 2 weeks, you made this. Guess what? She said a lady just came, and when she saw the family, signed that check for her, and the lady saw the amount. She convinced the family that the lady is not a professional nurse, that she has CNA. She has LPO. She has RNO, or what do you call them? Praise God. Hallelujah. And because of that, they chased that lady out of the work. She wanted, because she saw the check money, and she went behind it, and she destroyed the image of that lady. Because you wanted to take the job. And such person want to pray and God will answer. Because the hands are been soaked with blood. When you are doing evil against your fellow men, your hands are soaked with blood. You are not only a killer. When you carry gun, you are a killer when you are gossiping. When you hate your fellow brethren without a cause, you are a killer. You are breathing bitterness. You just hate that person. What did he do to you? I don't even know. I just hate him. Friends, your hands are soaked with blood. So purity of hand is important. If your prayer must always terrorize dark kingdom, your hands must be pure. What makes your heart pure is when you are at peace with your fellow brethren. You don't hate people. Why did you hate him? Because his ministry is now growing. This same man has been in the wilderness for 10 years, fasting, praying, reading, doing all kinds. Devil came and besieged him. Now God gave him a breakthrough, and you are hungry because somebody just gave him a Range Rover. Now you are not hungry. You don't know the numbers of years he has been laboring. You are not there. He will be alone in the church, sometimes for 40 days. You're not there. When you are going to different countries, Bahamas, from Bahamas, touring, I'm a bishop. I must enjoy life. Why is somewhere laboring, and now the glory started showing, and you are hungry? and you are now going spoiling his name. Can't you see where did he get money to buy Range Rover? He's now using your tithes and offering to buy Range Rover. You now begin to call his members, don't go there again. Your hands are full with blood. Beloved, God made it clear. Psalm 24. Who shall ascend the hill of the Lord? Say, he that hath clean hands and a pure heart. So if your hands are not clean, you are going nowhere. Psalm 24. If your hands are full of blood, don't ever expect God to honor your prayer. Don't ever expect demons to bow down to you. Never. Never. Psalm 24, verse 3. Who shall ascend into the hill of the Lord? Or who shall stand in his holy place? He gave the answer. Say, he that hath clean hands and a pure heart. He that hath clean hands and a pure heart. That is, he that is not into backbiting. He that is not hating his fellow brethren without a cause. He said, this is a person that will stand in my holy place, my place of victory, to pray and to destroy the work of darkness. You know, some people are crying today not because witch is doing them evil. They are crying because their best friends disappointed them. Their best friends. It wasn't the enemy that betrayed Jesus. It was one of his closest friends. So, the second purity of hand, beloved. Purity of the body, number one. Number two, purity of hand. Your hand must be pure. Don't hate your fellow brethren. Don't hate your fellow brethren. Don't entertain bitterness in your heart. When you see him, you just get angry. I don't even know why the pastor made her to be the head usher. I just hate her. When did she join the church self? And now she's not the head usher. And when you are coming to church, you just take off your hand, your eyes. In your heart, you are waging war against her. And is she the only one close to the pastor? In your heart, you are waging war against her. Your hands are filled with blood. Don't ever expect demons to bow down to your command. Don't expect the total powers of darkness to yield to your prayers. It is not possible. Your hands must be pure. Your body must be pure. Number three, category of purity. The purity of spirits. The purity of your inner man. You want to build dangerous prayer altar that will always create worries for the kingdom of darkness. You must be pure in your spirit, your inner man. Very simple. That is, you must rid of pride and rebellion in your life. Purity of spirit. That speaks of humility. That speaks of humility. That speaks of humility. Never walk in pride and rebellion. Don't even expect demons to yield to your command, because pride is their nature. Rebellion is their character. Talk about the demonic spirit. You are talking about rebellious spirit. Talk about Satan. You are talking about the angel that fell from grace because of pride. So a man that must pray a dangerous prayer that will create worries for the dark kingdom must be a humble man or woman. You must clothe yourself with humility. Let's see what the Bible says. 1 Peter 5. 1 Peter 5. 1 Peter 5. 5 and 6 verses. You want your prayer to be dangerous. You want your prayer to terrorize that kingdom. Then read pride and rebellion of your life. 1 Peter 5. 5 and 6 verses. Likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves unto the elder. Ye, all of you, be subject one to another, and be clothed with humility. For God resists the proud, and He gives the grace to the humble. Verse 6. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, that He may exalt you in due time. Beloved, you must be clothed with humility. Pride, rebellion will always close heaven against a man. Pride, rebellion will always give legal grounds for demons to attack a man. Pride, rebellion will always make demons to laugh at a man when he's praying or when she's praying. A man that carries the nature of Satan is not qualified to destroy his kingdom. Understand that? A man that carries the nature of Satan is not qualified to destroy his work. Pride, rebellion, they are natures of Satan. You cannot carry the nature of Satan and be qualified to destroy his works. It is not possible. You must only carry God's nature before you can destroy the works of the enemy. Maybe you don't know that God is humble. That God is humble. Let me share my own personal experience. Don't let me go to the Bible now. To let you know that God is humble. And that also humbled me. Many of you will say, prophet, one thing about you is that you are humble. You don't know my experience with God. God, I learned it from Him. If the Almighty can be humble, then who is a man? Now, my personal experience. It was never in my agenda to relocate to the United States of America. God has been showing me that you are going to travel nations for my work, but never to relocate to America. In 1996 was the first time that God spoke about America, agenda of America. Well, I said, when it is time, we'll see. And when the time began to show up, I was doing everything in my capacity to dodge that agenda. Because I had my own plan for ministry. I did not want to relocate to a land that I no person. a land of different language. Because I know what ministry is all about. Don't forget, America is a nation people are spending millions to come into. In Africa, people can do anything to come to America. Fine, America is a great nation. No doubt about that. But as far as ministry is concerned, it was never in my agenda to relocate personally. So God saw that in me, that it was not my will. When I bowed down to God, I said, Lord, let your will be done. If this is your will, I will go. 2017, when I arrived in the US, April 23rd, it was on a Sunday, a day I'll never forget in my life. April 23rd, that fateful night on Sunday. When it was May 15, April 23rd, April, May, that is about 3 weeks, God sent a prophet to me. When that prophet saw me, the spirit of prophecy came heavily upon him. I knew when I see God's hand on you, I know that there is God speaking. And how I argued with God, how I submitted to his will, these prophets began to say everything. And it got to a point. He said, God said, I thank you for coming. I mean, God is not speaking. Say, thank you for living your own will and for answering my own call to come to this land. I was humbled that day that God is saying thank you for obeying his will. God is saying thank you for coming to America. Then God must be humble. He sent you on errand, and God is saying thank you, my daughter. God is saying thank you, my son. That proves his humility. May 15. I will never forget that encounter. 2017. It was dramatic. Now, anyone that must put down works of Satan must have God's nature. You can't have the nature of Satan and be a terror to his kingdom. It is not possible. Pride and rebellion, they are core nature of Satan. Talk about pride and rebellion. You are talking about Satan. Beloved, you want to build that altar of prayer that will create worries for the dark kingdom. You must have a stone of purity in your life. The purity of the body, the purity of the hand, and the purity of the spirit. Very important. Until a man gets this right, his prayer will always be laughed at by demonic powers. Until a man begins to walk in purity, he or she is nothing but a chicken to demonic powers. There is no any other shortcut. There is no any other shortcut. There is no any other shortcut. God expects his own children to carry his nature. And holiness is God's nature. Holiness is God's nature. Holiness is God's nature. You get to a point, you don't need to shout before demons run out. You don't need to scream before they bow out. You just enter a room. You just wave your hand. About to sing. You see demons crying out. Because what? You carry God's nature in you. This is a stone that must be in your life. If you are ever dreaming of building the altar of prayer that will create worries for a dark kingdom. 2 Corinthians 7 and verse 1. Hebrews 12 and verse 14. 2 Corinthians 7 and verse 1. Please kindly put it on the screen. 2 Corinthians 7 and verse 1. Listen to this. 2 Corinthians 7 and verse 1. Say, having therefore these promises, dearly beloved, let us cleanse ourselves from all filthiness of the flesh and the spirit, perfecting holiness in the fear of God. Now he said, dearly beloved, that is, this word is being spoken to born again Christians. The Holy Ghost is speaking to Paul, the apostle. He is not saying to them, you don't need to stress yourself. Grace is sufficient for you. You are now under grace. Even if you are praying for 5 minutes, it is still okay. Grace will cover you. The devil, you see, one of the reasons why God will allow devil to torment some people is that some people might become prayer warriors. Most God's children are sleeping, and God wants to wake them up. So if we allow devil to go after them, nobody will tell you to pray, to fast when you are under torment. Nobody will teach you. The prophet calls for 3 days special prayer. You'll be there. You'll be there. People that make excuses. Oh, I'm going to work. It's good to have work. God gave you that work in the first instance. When you see people that are at ease, they are not under pressure. When you are under pressure, you make yourself available for prayer and for fasting. And that is why God will open up the door for the enemy to come. When a man is sleeping too much, when a man is eating too much, God will say, okay, let me allow this witch to go and jigger him up. You will eat too much,